Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Oh. Get that out of there.
Bop. Y'all, what it do? Happy Sunday to all of you. It's your boy, Matty Rants. Check up. All right. How we doing, babies? How are we doing? We're here for another installment of The Panel. Now, honey, C. Diggy 1 is on vacation and will be also next week. So we'll see him in June. Today, we have Mr. Justin-Rayne in the building. He's going to bring in sort of that violence that, some of us are afraid to go there to. At the same time, we do have things to talk about today. This would be, God bless it, Drag Race Down Under. We have to have that discussion. Yep, we have to have that discussion. Sorry about it. Have to have that discussion. Then we need to talk about Legendary having a great episode. Finally, we saw the full battle. It was the tea and then some. I was here for the gag. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with my social medias first before I bring my guest in. Ooh, excuse me. We need to talk about Pose as well. Lord, pray tell. My God, have mercy. That episode was traumatizing. And then some tea, I guess, with hot topics. Some things happened recently on the internet. A particular personality had some things to say while eating crabs with B. Simone, talking about being gay and being in the straight clubs and only talking to straight dude. Child, we'll talk about that little baby in a second here, but let's get my stuff out the way. It's your boy, Matty Rants. You can find me here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, bookable on Cameo. I'm on TikTok as well. The Stereo app for podcasts, and the Airtime app, which I'm partnered with right now, which I do Tuesday and Thursday shows, Drag Race Everything on Tuesdays, and Drag Race Trivia and Hot Topics with Dooley_noted on Thursdays. Catch me on the Airtime app. Follow me at MattyRants. And on Twitter at the Matty Rants. And if you'd like to donate to the channel for your host with the most, downstairs below, where's this camera going? It's Cash App, $ Matty Rants, Venmo Matty-Rants, and PayPal.me/MattyRants. Hi, everybody. Hi, Rant Pack. Thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. Over 200 people in the room. We serving it at Bob's Burgers today. I'm going to do this in the order of arrival. That's how I'm going to do this lineup today. Also, Jamar 84 will be with us for about 85% of this conversation as he has to dip out for that last 30. And we love you, friend, for being here. AKA, as soon as Pose starts, you dipping. Thanks. We won't have you staring into space anymore during that segment. Okay. Badao. That's my first shot of the night. Blakeisha, a blue wall and a brim hat follows through all the time. 2 degrees and of separation, but not away from the degrees he actually holds, as well as a mortgage that he's paying for. It's our boy, Blakeisha.
Hey, good afternoon, good evening. How are you, Matty?
I'm doing good, Top. How are you?
I'm doing good, Bottom. Nice to hear it.
Thanks. Address us by our appropriate pronouns here. No, just
top, bottom.
Slice. No, I'm just kidding. No, these are truths. Fibbage. Now, Blake, go ahead and give us your social medias, friend.
You can find me on Instagram at RowleyB, on Twitter at BARowley86, and on the Stereo app at Blakeisha.
Fabulous. All right. Now, we all know him for a good tank top and then some food on top of that. Giving you a bowl of tofu that's sauteed to perfection, as well as giving you shoulders PhD in heaven. I did it, Dooley. It's Dooley _noted.
Hello, Powerpuff Girls. Hi, everybody.
How you doing, Dooley?
Hey, Dooley.
Girl, she's getting through it.
Someone was pulled out last night in the middle of a panty.
Girl, I was actually filming an episode, and I was told by AppleCare that I had to go outside. So I went outside, and I have had to reconcile that I don't know how to drink at a bar anymore. I don't know how to do that anymore. So she had a rough night.
I don't want to hurt anymore.
You don't
I
know
forgot. I don't. Girl, I've been sober for most of this year. You knew that.
Facts.
I drank in February. That's it.
Baby, Tony Dooley, can we get your social medias?
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at _DooleyNoted_. You can find me on Instagram with Duly Noted with 2 underscores as presented below. That's for personal, and then for business is DooleyDoesFood, which is the name of my YouTube channel. New video out this week. I teased it. I'm not going to tell you what it is though.
Ooh, can I eat it? Is it something that I could eat?
You can.
Okay, that means it's not fish and it's not pork, everybody.
It's chicken.
Oh, God bless it.
Ooh.
All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and bring in our next. It froze on Blake's face like this.
I see. Let me screenshot that. Dang, too slow.
It was like, okay. Woo! All right. Now, I'm bringing in my next guest all the way from Los Angeles, California, giving you melanin down in skin tone for days. Catch him on YouTube soon with a couple of contents to give you, giving you all kinds of cute. It's Justin-Rayne.
Justin-Rayne.
Hey everybody.
Hi.
Hey, Justin.
Oh, y'all look all cute. Come on, crop top tops. Come on, I love it. Little arms, a little chest hair. Ain't hurt nobody.
I'm promoting.
You promoting? You say it's business.
Find me on
Love it.
Teespring. Listen, $15.99 a subscription. Everybody, catch me on Patreon. You know, you'll actually get content. Welcome back, Justin. Thanks for
That
being
was
here
shady.
again.
Very.
She knows
That
where
was
to
I
shady.
kept my mouth shut.
when I
in.
listen. When I shoot, I don't miss. Okay, so listen, Justin, where can they find you on your social medias, Pumpkin?
Twitter, you can find me at Rain, RAYNE _Justin. Instagram, you guys see it below, Justin.Rain. And you guys can also follow my podcast, Fuckboy Problems. You guys see it beside the slash.
I'm in one of the episodes, so check it out, everybody. And thanks
Yes.
for being here, Justin. Wait a minute. She's a
I see
skull
it.
cap. Hold on. It's always listen. Speaking of locks, not the bagel. I'm talking about my good friend from Atlanta, Georgia, serving you swirls and twirls. Sometimes, you can catch that baby's new show, The Circle Atlanta, not Netflix, coming to you soon. I may have something to do with it. Ooh, the giggle, the gag, and the. It's Jamar 84.
Jamar 84.
Oh my God! Hello, everybody. How's everyone Sunday?
Hey.
Hello.
Listen, hold on. Jiggly Caliente in the room. Yes, Dooley doing the Stasha.
Hey,
Timmy,
Miss
Timmy.
Jiggly.
Yes.
Come help your sister, girl. She needs your energy. Help.
Ooh. Not we're ready to
Shade.
talk about legendary early here. Jamar 84. Where can they find you on your social medias?
Okay, so you can find me on my social medias at Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, all at Jamar84. And except for TikTok, which is Jamar840. And as Matty mentioned earlier, Matty is going to be doing our pre-show for the Circle Atlanta. Exciting things going about that. And also, one last little new business venture that I just recently started. So me and a longtime follower of mine, her name is Lexi. She is selling these custom-made Michael Kors wallets. And I got one
Oh,
here.
cute.
It's like a little Pikachu impression Michael Kors wallet. So if you go into my bio, into her website, use my promo code NOVA20, you get 20% off your purchase, girls. Go ahead and get you.
Come on, friend. You better do some sponsorship work. I'm proud of you, bitch. I'm proud of you.
That's
Look
cute.
at my
Those
sister.
bags are pricey, first of all, so that's a nice deal.
This is real
Right?
personalized crystal, bitch. This shit is nice.
I feel like
And you can see the
Electra.
name, Michael Kors, by Michael Kors,
They
for
got
Michael
Hello
Kors.
Kitty, they got Mickey
Right.
Mouse,
Swarovski.
Tinkerbell's on the way.
Yo, it's the end of episode 3 of Pose, and I'm Electra sitting at the kitchen table. Like, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. That's right. And as you can see, my sis and I are doing a little work together on his new show coming up with the Circle Atlanta. I can't wait to interview these babies. History may be returned. Let's see here.
Not on screen.
All right, y'all, listen, we got to get into this gig today. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button and follow all my friends on all their social media pages. Shout out to Mimi Cherry with your donation to Cash App. Y'all know where to hit me at downstairs. YouTube, AdSense. I'm still waiting on my check. I thank
Dang,
you.
still?
Girl, Jay Beyonce hit me up. He said, girl, I'm still waiting on mine. I said, bitch, what is happening here? And apparently my little tweet got people in my inbox saying, me too, me too. So like they told me, it's always the 21st for those of you who are monetized on the YouTube world, but sometimes it will go to the 26th, apparently. So it's never happened in the 3 years I've been getting checks from these people, but whatever. We'll see. I have bills to pay. I'm like, y'all need to hurry this up.
Girl,
Like,
Mercury's in retrograde. She's fucking the girls up this cycle.
They are trying this purse. They're trying her. Speaking of trying purses, Drag Race Down Under.
Oh, God.
Ooh, girl. Okay. So,
no, man. Boot.
Do we have to talk about this and the white privilege that's all up in it?
Listen.
Like we knew Art was coming back, but I didn't think it was going to be that basic. I thought there was going to be some kind of like redemption episode, a challenge girl.
The Shangela of it all. The
girl popped out of a pile of trash.
They wheeled that girl in with no explanation.
What?
Didn't need it. That face came out and it was, and I was like, okay. Like, and look at Karen. Karen was like, fuck my drag.
Like, she was pissed. Karen was pissed.
And mind you, Karen being in the bottom led with that narrative of Art coming back and then being in the top. I was like, this storyboard is set up real clear with good old color by numbers. Like, I can't do this right now, but let me just summarize. Yeah. They came in the room, girl. Coco was gone. Okay. Boo. All right. Next thing you know, RuPaul comes in with a bunch of muscled up, young men, and a other man or somebody comes out a box. It's Art Simone. And all the girls are gagged. Why does Art get to come back just like that? Whatever. Let's continue with the episode, right? Okay, cool. So then they're like, you all have to do some sort of challenge where you got to construct things out of stuff that you wouldn't construct things out of. Okay, cool. All right, let's go through the workroom. RuPaul, what did you think of? What you think of? What you think of? What you think of? Done. All right, next. Then we got this non-binary story from et cetera, who was an asshole the whole episode. So it was like, okay, I would like to get into this, but you were an asshole the entire episode. You in the blackface that is Scarlett Adams. So then we're going to continue with this episode, right? RuPaul then comes out, and I'm stealing Jamar's joke from earlier, but giving credit where it's due, looking like a Subway rapper that got ran over. Didn't she look like a $5 footlong that got ran over? Low key. Like,
and who matches their eye makeup? We definitely have not done that since Married to Medicine, like the first season. We all told Quad and Mariah to stop that, and they did.
It just didn't look like it fit her. Like, it looked huge.
And she looked uncomfortable in the neck and everything. It was like, I'm a warrior.
No, I'm a $5 footlong. That's what it gave. I'm an oven roasted chicken breast. Yes, Italian something. I get, girl. That was the $3 ones. You know,
Sweet onion teriyaki.
There it is
on the runway.
There it is.
My favorite.
If RuPaul was a Subway sandwich, who would she be? I'm telling you, girl. Meatball marinara.
She looked like she could have hid a sandwich in like the top of that dress. It would have been so fierce if she would have pulled like a sandwich out and been like sponsored by Subway.
You already know.
That would have been the moment.
Okay, ciao. Someone said, why is Scarlett blackface? Because she did it several times, and that was one of the issues they had with her. That's why that joke landed. Boom. All right. So now that we've gone through that storyline of et cetera, you know what I'm saying? RuPaul, like we said, came out looking like a Subway Eat Fresh. And then there was Michelle. And finally, there was a guest judge there. And I was like, oh, someone's on the board.
There was?
He had a couple of words that were given to him to say. He apparently is an actor. And RuPaul asked him, tell us about a movie where you play a trans person. I love it. Cool, kid. On to the runway. Like, that was dead ass that moment. Like, RuPaul, what is this?
Did anybody else think that she maybe hadn't seen the movie? Because the response was like,
she never saw it.
Riveting and powerful. Love it.
It was powerful and funny.
If she saw it, she would have been
powerful and funny. That's what it was.
Boo.
Definitely would have made
boo. Right?
Boo. Boo.
Reese used a joke we've already heard before on the runway where it was like, I forget how it goes, but it's like, da-da, I already da-da-da. And it was like, girl, are we really doing this every goddamn season? But anywho, y'all, the runway was interesting for the most part. Electra got away with murder because her dress was great, but that wig made no sense.
The fool.
What was that wig doing on top of that bristly head? I'm not understanding what's
It
happening.
was like a Wizard of Oz situation, like messed up, and I was confused. And then this like sun pole.
The wig was in the tornado.
He looked like Ronald McDonald's wife.
It was like a schnitzel from Chowder wearing a wig, and it looked wada wada. It really did. It looked wada wada. And the dress was nice, but I was looking at her like, you just don't know what you do. Because Scarlett even dragged her like, your dress was lovely, but if you styled this correctly, which, you know, Electra felt some kind of way. But I'm like, Scarlett low-key was right, sister, because this looked a fool.
Like, she looked like she was out of Fraggle Rock.
Down at Fraggle Rock.
Big Eureka's Castle, Magellan bitch.
No shade. That dress though, I live for that dress. That dress was like her Utica moment, and she be mad at yourself.
And
just walk backstage and be mad at yourself.
Made that dress too. Made it right there. So I was like,
was it good because it was actually good, or was it good for Electra?
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, that was a good dress. I was getting into the construction of that dress. She took single ties and made a whole construction on a bodice and a shape. If you get into that, that's a whole thing. Now, she may have glued those ties onto that, but it looked like she was sewing them ties. It looked like she glued them ties onto a bodice.
Listen, Milk looked fabulous, so I was here for it. Let's talk about Maxie Shields. What do we think of this look that they said wasn't going to work, but she shifted her ass down that runway with that red wig and that good old I line the IKEA bag moment. What did y'all think?
Didn't Lawrence Chaney do it better?
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
And Lawrence's was fully fitted, wasn't it? It was like a whole body
It
suit.
was.
It was giving body yada 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 yada. Like, let me show you I can really make this thing fit.
Mm-hmm. I wonder why they won't like. It feels like they're saving Maxie Shields for something, and I can't figure out what.
Next episode, the funny, the comedy, the funny stuff. I feel like they're just saving her for the funny stuff.
Oh my God, Jiggly.
And then she'll go home.
Jiggly's on a roll.
Ginger Miss Australia.
When are we getting you back here, Jiggly? I need your schedule, sister. I like Maxie Shields. I personally do. I enjoy Maxie of the shielding. I thought this was a cute look. Yes, she was squiggling down the runway because that shit really didn't fit, but she had a purse, and I appreciate a bitch with a purse. You said what, Jamar?
She had shape too.
Oh yes, there was a hip. It matched.
I love the red hair. I like that she styled it really great, and that's what I feel like pushed it over.
Yeah,
with the spray painting on the bags and then matching in your makeup. That was a cute little touch.
What do we think of what's that baby's Keita Mean and the balls all over her head and the dress that she wore with that etc. was not feeling and did not understand why she was safe.
I mean, it looked better than hers to me. Or it was more exciting.
Yeah.
It was more exciting.
It was better than Etcetera's, yes.
A lot of things were better than Etc. with her.
But was
false.
it innovative? I just felt like it was like Utica, like the great value version of Utica's. But also, but clearly they give these girls the same bag of items because also that was like the same skirt that we seen with Alexis Mateo, and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't see this like little pool thing made out of the skirt, so I wasn't impressed. But that little hat was cute that she made. I thought that took a little bit of craftsmanship.
I'm here for the Discovery Zone, McDonald's Play Place, pea-soaked balls that she had on top of her head. I'm here for the ammonia of it all. I am. But I also was like,
Matthew.
I'm just saying. That's what it was given.
I mean, Play Place, gumball machine.
That's what it was given. It gave me ammonia. I got a whiff of Jesus. No one cleaned. Why are their shoes still here? Did someone leave their baby shoes here? That's what she gave me. You know, a mother who forgot her child's shoes at a goddamn McDonald's. But I'm also, I like Keita Mean, but I thought Keita should have been like in a lower position to me personally. But, you know, I was here for the fuckery. I think RuPaul appreciates some stupidity. So there it is. Now, Now, what did we think of Scarlett Adams, the picnic basket bitch? What did we think of her in those shorts with the bib?
Uh,
It was the best of the evening for me.
Yeah, it was the best of the worst.
big fish, small pond.
She completed the assignment. Like you cannot hate. Like you can't rip that. You can't shade it. She was the best of what we saw.
The shorts, though,
Now,
Justin.
I didn't like this. I didn't like that silhouette of short. I didn't think it made her look cute. And then she didn't pad and give herself no ass, so it just looked weird in the bottom, no body at all.
She
That
needed a
kinda
Daisy
threw me
Beach.
off, but yeah, she needed something to really give it woman. It just felt like a young 12-year-old boy. It felt like a schoolboy put a wig on.
It was Sarah up top and David downstairs. Yeah, very
Feels
that.
like it.
Yeah, very hurt. Jamar, what'd you think of that lady with the wine and she was spitting in and still swallowing? Because we're not talking about that.
I still said big fish in a small pond. It's it's good because everybody else was just kind of meh. But it's not if you put that on a US season with all the rest of the girls, she would have got eaten. She would have got eaten alive.
Mhm.
So
That
it's
part.
good for down under.
But what about the construction? She may have done well. We still got to remember this construction. That was quite the construction. The tailoring was great.
Dooley, what did you think of this thing?
Girl, I'm gonna just say I struggled with this whole episode. My face was fucked up the whole time. I was just like, girl, what am I watching? So that's why I'm over here quiet. The whole Arsimone thing pissed me off, and then I was just like, girl, okay, let me just get through this episode, child.
A disgruntled viewer on the panel. Speaking of Art Simone, what did we think of this outfit we've seen so many times before?
Cute or whatever. Or whatever.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I love you. And this is decent, but woo. Yeah, she was
Ain't that
re-drinking the
Detox's
wine.
outfit from the Rusical?
Ain't it Roger's outfit from season 8?
But then I go back to my point. Are they giving these bitches the same bag of toys? Because maybe that's why we get the same outfits, because they get the same bag of stuff.
Girl, they recycled the season 11 boxes that they gave to them girls, them girls episode 1. Here, make some shit. Go.
Season 5 of US Drag Race with that look. I mean, yeah, I'm here for it, but I also was like, I have seen this, and I love you, Art, but I have seen this, sister, and I see you being in the high position. What? Okay, and RuPaul's also very specific with her judgments this season, which is weird. She's into the tailoring of it all, and I'm like, did you make that dress? Because out of Subway wrappers, but there we go. Go for it, girl. I don't even know who else I want to talk about that went down that runway, y'all. Karen from finance as a lady who tried to get to Bali with weed.
I thought she was the counselor on Friday the 13th.
Boo.
It's gonna be a hard no.
I
for a
thought
lot
it
of
was
reasons.
like Dora the Explorer if she gave up. She stopped going outside and she became a housewife, and her husband was low-key rude to always staff members. He was always embarrassed from her.
She goes by her government name, Doretha. It's no longer
Yeah.
Doris.
So Dora
And this
came
was
out
her
of COVID.
alternative character? This is her alternate character for Drag Race?
Yeah, supposedly.
I mean, for a Snatch Game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you brought a character to a design challenge.
It just felt like this whole thing in her mind where she was caught up oh yeah, art is here and this will make me look like I went above and beyond. But the thing is, go above and beyond on something you do really freaking well.
Yeah.
Like Scarlett Adams, she was like, I'm a dancer and I have the design challenge. I knew that these were the two that I need to get the top because there's other stuff I'm whack at. It just felt like a forced thing, which it looked forced on the runway to me. It looked forced.
I agree.
It was bangs for me.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Those bangs were an issue. Also, the front, that belt, I feel like she didn't make her shape look great with that maxi skirt and the belt, and then just gave you a fupa, which she didn't have that big of a stomach, which I felt like corseting just made that. It just felt.
And the makeup was a mess. Head to toe, she was booed. And then those little soft shoe heels she had on, no ma'am.
Ooh, baby, them heels were
espadrilles.
Ooh. I was upset.
Wedges, some wedges.
I'm just very confused. It just feels like there's no continuity to this season to the other things that we've seen. which is why all of us are here with our face fucked up. Like, what are we watching? You put somebody in the bottom for doing a good job, but you would like what? Like, I don't. What are we? I don't understand. Like, it just
They
does not
fade
make
the
sense to me.
background, they get in the bottom. They come to the
Speaking of
forefront,
which,
they get put in the bottom.
that Anita Wiglet is an example of that with her outfit that was kind of reamed, and I was like, "What was bad about this?" She goes, "I've already seen this." I'm like,
And
"Wait
that
a
one,
minute."
and that
There's
one,
stuff
and
that
that
was
one.
worse. There was stuff that
Everybody's
was
already
worse.
saying.
Right.
I'm like, Maxie Shields looked like Alaska in that one look where she had the tube skirt with the red dress for that one look. But I was like, come on now, like let's not do this today. So I felt like Anita was put in a position for some bullshit. I think that was production that was involved in that. I think that et cetera should have been in the bottom two with her. I thought that was a little strange. Like, come on now, if she's the villain of the episode, why not put her in the bottom against Karen the big dog, and either she sends the big dog home or they send one of the bitches home. That's how that should have been done. Everyone liked Anita at home. Everyone did. Also, why was a Danny Minogue song used this episode, but not the episode that Danny Minogue actually was on, like the IMAX screen? For those who remember, the 20-incher, the 2007 model.
That's how you know the
Make
rigor mortis is happening in the background, girl. The same with the disco challenge. We got that disco song at the end. It was like, girl, they over here playing. With the
It
song.
was weird.
First of all, I knew it was a setup when Art popped out that box and Rue gave that whole speech about second chances, but this whole vague statement about we all
I'm
deserve
like,
second
girl,
chances,
just
but
say she's in the
both the brown girls couldn't get second chances. Are we
Girl,
gonna see a clip of these girls duking it out in a 3-way lip sync and she came out and she won? Because we know she can't lip sync, so how did she get back? She said she snuck in a dumpster. I was checked out from that point.
Like, think about how many girls got eliminated on the sneak tip that really should have gotten a second chance, and this is what we got. Like, y'all kicked off Lanisha Sparks, and Sis was killing it, bitch. Like, what?
Killing it.
Shoe in the head.
I am still pressed. I'm still pressed about the whole thing. I couldn't believe it.
And they give etc. the whole
She narrated today.
And then when they get to her critiques, they just misgender them the entire time.
Ooh, that part.
They did.
That part.
Indeed.
What was the point?
That part. Oh my
And then
goodness.
you want everybody to care about you, but you're a raging bitch.
They
Just
did.
a raging bitch. You're just toxic.
Not the Selena series.
Yes.
Oh, bitch. Jiggly.
Selena series got bad wigs. You know they got bad wigs.
This was Karen doing the Ellie Diamond. And it got right here. Like, that arm didn't go too high up now, y'all. It was right here. Like, she was doing a little scoop boogie. And I said, Coco Jumbo was given way more than that last week. What is happening? I didn't understand it. I thought Anita should have stayed.
Girl.
Yeah.
The racism.
Girl, Jiggly,
Racism.
you know about the rigor mortis, girl.
Like
They gave you meat
racism.
look,
I'm
honey.
sorry.
We know about
Wait.
the rigor
Like
mortis.
racism at this point.
So, did y'all notice how weird RuPaul was acting when Anita was talking about her time in the Navy? And it was like, why is she giving faces and why are there sound effects to this person being a trumpet player in the Navy? That's pretty normal. I would that you're in the Navy, you're in the band. Okay, work. Like, I would be like, thank you for your service. There was none of that. None of it. I said, okay.
I think she wanted something else. I don't know.
I don't think she respected her being in the band because when she said, I'm in the Navy, the initial thing was, oh, like you're active duty Navy. And then it was like, well, I'm in the Navy band. And she was like, oh.
Yeah, that's what he
shady.
gave like, oh, girl.
Ooh,
You go, bitch. You ain't on the field.
You think because she said she was active duty Navy, that's why they sent her home? Couldn't go with the contract anymore. Maybe that was going to be an issue for them if they needed Anita in something else. And then they were like, well, we didn't know this. Like, I don't know. Like, I still just found it strange she was in the bottom and she was sent home this early. I'm sorry. Anita was in my top 4.
She, like, honestly, now that Anita is gone, who's winning?
Yeah, because Anita had
Art
the
or
most
Karen.
raw talent. Anita to me
Art's
had
been
the most raw.
eliminated. Karen
It's gonna be
has
Scarlett.
had her past. Scarlett
They're gonna
has
give
her
it to
past.
Scarlett.
It's gonna be Scarlett.
I feel like this was like one of those chosen seasons, in my opinion. I feel like the first season, like it just feels like an ad, like it feels like an ad, like a behind the scenes, like promotion run season, where it's like this is the first season, like the sponsor, somebody have picked the winner because we need like a guaranteed storyline, we need guaranteed ratings, and we're just gonna give somebody who commercially works. Scarlett is young. She's a fashion girl. The majority of the fan
Don't
base,
like
you
her.
know the tea.
She is the less likable Aquarius.
Don't
I
like
was about
her.
to Aquarius.
She's the less
Great
like.
value Aquarium.
She is
Girl,
the
y'all are
less
taking shots today. Y'all are taking
likable.
shots today.
Girl, she is
Like
girl.
Chirac.
Like, did you see them confessionals? What a dick! Like, come on
Oh,
now.
complete asshole. Complete
Ugh.
asshole.
You know, the
Her
only thing I noticed about her confessionals was that
arrogance.
she needed some chapstick. That was the only thing I noticed about Skylar's confessionals.
She kept getting all this close. I'm like, sister, you're cracked. You're cracked. You need to back up. Jesus.
And what about
Christ.
this half compliment in the Untucked? How you gonna half compliment me on sunning you? Because honestly, Electra's outfit was better than Scarlett's, if you ask me. If the styling would have been better, I liked Electra's outfit better.
A wig will chop you every time. A wig
Every
will chop
time.
you.
That
Like,
beat needed work too.
there would beat. That was generous. That was
Actually,
generous.
had
It
Scarlett
was a
not had
spackling,
that
honey.
accent-
It was spackling.
She got beat like this.
Whoa! There was a hole in
She
the
had
wall. Jamar, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Jamar. Go ahead.
I think
I'm
if
sorry,
Scarlett
Jamar.
had that basket as like the little accent to her outfit, it would have been far less impressive. It would be far less impressive. If it was just
She
her
spent
and
more
just
time wrapping that fabric on that basket.
okay.
Now I think about it, that basket had fabric on it too. Goddamn, where the dress at? You could have fixed them damn shorts. I'm mad now. I'm writing the letter.
I'm like, you had a whole bodysuit with a hip installed, and you don't have none for this look here, giving us nothing but my name's David, and this is our bike back to the gate. It's gonna be 20 miles down this road, and I hope you enjoy it. There we go.
It was giving biker outfit.
Peloton instructor.
Bitch.
I'm done. It
Wednesdays
does look like
with
a bike
Michael.
outfit.
Wednesdays with Michael. Oh yes.
Matt Maggiano.
Oh,
Y'all are reading.
We are reading today, y'all.
Y'all are reading
Over it.
for no reason. Y'all are reading these girls. Y'all don't
No,
know
there
that.
are reasons, Justin. There are reasons. And the
Wait.
reason is this season is trash.
And there's that.
No.
I guess there won't be everybody black and Scarlet.
There will not be. There will not.
shout out to Jamie for that one.
Jamie.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Can't breathe. I can't breathe.
That was rude. Okay. I love it. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to Betty. Shout out to Casey up here on my Cash App. Hit that thumbs up button. We're going in on shows right now. Listen, I honestly, let's be clear. Boo, I don't like this show. Boo. That's why I talk about it on the panel and I haven't done an actual review for it. Boo. If you want to watch someone's review, Wilma Fingerdew is trudging through that. And trust me, Wilma's been keeping it very real about the show because I can't do it. I like, for me, I'm already mean enough. Like, can you imagine if I like dedicated 15 minutes to dragging them the entire, like, no. Them children need work, and I don't want to ruin that for them. I feel like I would stop that bag from happening here because I cannot stand this show. I watch it because it's Drag Race, but fuck, Holland is almost better than this. Holland was a tough one.
Holland was better. Holland was better in my
Holland was in a
Holland
whole
was
other
better.
language, and I was reading subtitles, and I was still on board more than this one. I can understand every goddamn word that's happening here, and the cutaways, the random music moments where it's like, what is happening? Is this a transition into my dad left me? What? What's going on? Then all of a sudden someone sees a roach. Then RuPaul comes out in some weird outfit. Like, she had like, were the same fabric for that dress? Wasn't that going up the legs too? Like she had like leg
She
warmers?
had boots. She had like boot covers. It was a hot ass mess. And then I was like, you're tall. Why would you cut off your body? Your legs are literally like your selling point. Why would you cover half of them up?
Confusing.
Choices. Who's
Look over there.
Choices.
Like, I was looking for the Subway store that the rapper fell from is what that was happening. Thank you, Jamar, once again for that lovely read. Oven roasted chicken. Telling you, yes, I want the fresh ones. All right.
Did she get the cookies in the drink too?
Ooh,
The
don't
cookies
forget
are
the
good.
cookies.
Them cookies are good.
3 for $2, bitch. Yes, them cookies was right. The strawberry
Them cookies be
cheesecake one
right.
be hitting.
I like the macadamia.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that white
Those
chocolate
are
macadamia
good.
do it what
Hungry.
it is.
See, I'm like the
We
one
are
with the
all
worst
hungry.
taste. I'd be like oatmeal.
Join us tomorrow for food porn.
Food porn.
For food porn on stereo.
And maybe online dating and the friend goes to run it if Blake ain't running late this time.
We're here.
Okay. You're here. I asked you about there. No, just playing. On derriere. No, I'm just playing. All right. This is cute. Oh, also, May 30th, España starts for Drag Race.
That's like tomorrow.
How do we feel? How do we feel about that?
I'm just hoping for the best.
Yeah, me too.
Hoping for the best.
I don't know what to think about it.
It's not rigged. Like literally, like that's just my energy going into the first season now. I'm just hoping it's not like a clear setup. Like it may be set up. I just don't want it to be clear. Trick me.
Like the one, like the first episode, you already know who the one is going to be. I don't want that either. I need to feel like, okay, bitch, this is going to be a tough race. Because I'll say that
for James Mansfield, justice. We demand justice. Justice.
Roll and roll.
Girl, we know Kimora Black could have been the first one to go home, Blake. Don't even.
Bitch, James Mansfield is the tumbleweed of Drag Race, girl. That's all they got that for, honey.
That bitch tumble for her life.
Oh, y'all forgot about Elisa Summers.
And Jamboree.
Oh.
No, leave that in the graveyard. That's in the lost zone for the Pokemon card
Jiggly
player.
wrapped that girl in fabric and sent her home. Don't do that.
Thank you.
Period. That was nothing.
Like Jiggly sat there in flats and wore her the fuck out. Let's
Jiggly
all
pounded
remind
her
ourselves.
pussy into the floor and sent that girl home. Don't do that.
Literally was losing her garment. Her wig was coming into and was beating her to death. Jiggly Caliente, you committed a scene and a crime your season. That was the first episode.
It was unnecessary for her to go that hard. It was unnecessary.
It was not necessary.
It was.
Episode. How dare you?
I'm not going. Let me be clear.
Like Alyssa was tapping her breast and Jiggly over here, boom, count
with the fly swat.
Right.
It's like, what? Hold on. This is the first episode, girl. Give them. All right, Widow.
It was giving Widow. It was giving strong Widow.
Let her know. But that's the thing too. Jiggly had flat, so she's like, "Girl, I'm gonna really wear her ass.
Wear her out.
It ain't gonna be no team.
Nothing was left. Not
and then they gave our sister Me Vida Loca. I will never let that. I will never let that die. I will never let that die. That was so disrespectful. I'm still mad about it, girl. I
said my sister was in a goddamn canary yellow dress.
Me Vida Loca.
I couldn't get no little Kim. I felt that. I felt that in my spirit. I was like, they picked the whitest song on the roster. I was like,
oh my God, happy 10-year anniversary.
They were trying to set your girl up. You know they were trying to set your girl up. They thought she wasn't gonna have it, and then she said, "Gotcha, bitch." They have nothing to do there.
Oh my God! Like Jiggly, if you watching this later, girl, love you. Speaking of which, we'll see her tonight on Pose because this is the episode that my sister told me she's gonna be in. Because this is gonna be Blanca, Angel and Poppy are supposed to be getting married, or maybe. And then whatever other storyline they can fit in there. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's go ahead now that I'm done having my laugh on Drag Race here and get into legendary. Ooh, best episode.
That was a great episode, bitch.
Fantastic.
I was screaming at my television.
I was screaming too. I was like, "Girl, you better take my money."
From the start of the episode, I was like, "I'm off my feet. Like, what the fuck? This is good."
These girls did
Bring
what
Taraji back.
done.
Oh yeah, bring Taraji back.
Yeah,
for
Taraji
sure.
could be a permanent judge.
Taraji
Just
will go this season.
Just fix her wig next time. Fix her wig next time. Maybe that wig
was clown car. It was giving a little clown car.
It was giving beat. Very that, I hope she made. I hope she
had
made
a little taxi situation, so maybe that was part of the theme.
The girls in the comments, T.T. was robbed. They most definitely fucking robbed. Robbed.
So let's go through the houses here in terms of performances, so we can gather this up. This was the Tart Ball. Everything had to do with some sort of pop art in reference to how their outfits were going to look and their performance styles, and they also had to incorporate hip hop into their routines, which. Woo! Was very well done by the majority of the people. And also the subcategory was body. And they had to give just that. Oh, God.
That category, goddamn.
I'm going to be lusting over one person in particular, but we'll get to that in a second. So let's start with the households. Let's just start with Tishi first. Baby, the Andy Warhol of it all. Like,
Baby.
10s, 20s.
Can we give it to Gia for just a moment here? Because Gia was eating. And I love the synchronicity of them all. I love the fact that everything seems so seamless with their transitions, with how everything like moves together with them. That they're all professional dancers. We can tell. And it's very clear that they know what they're doing. I love that about them because they come out and they do better each episode. That's my take on Tishi. So 10s for them. That'd be my score.
It was perfect.
I have nothing.
It was perfect.
Yeah. I agree. You said everything I thought. Like they literally, like when they move, it seems intentional. It never feels clunky. Some of the other houses, you still feel like some people are running around, looking around, like, what do I do next? They're like, where's my next spot? They look comfortable when they go out there. They look like, oh, we've been doing this 20 times.
Rehearsed.
I think what they do really well, better than the other houses, is they tell a story. Like that whole, like, we are like mannequins in an Andy Warhol museum. Andy's left. Boom, we're gonna like cut up, and then once he's back, like it's a clear story. Like no one else does that as well as Tishi does.
They think it through. They really think it through.
I'm still
Rad, yes.
Yeah, that was weird how they didn't get 10s for Wrath. Wrath was incredible. That was like,
what was the shoe? Mama scared me. Mama still haunted me in my dreams.
She was giving you Dead by Daylight, wasn't she, Jamar?
Come on, Dead by Daylight.
Now streaming on Jamar's channel. You're welcome, friend. You're welcome. That's a plug. You learn to plug yourself sometimes, bitch. She be playing games online. Y'all watch this little lady. All right. Now that we're past Tishi, let's go ahead and get to Balenciaga's floor performance. What did we think of Balenci?
I thought they were okay.
Their outfits were trash.
I almost forgot the performance. It took me a minute. I had to go back in my mind.
They had the purple look.
Doing the Riddler outfit.
Yeah, well, that's a nice way to
I thought those were like Skittles.
You could feel that Honey wasn't there. Like it was noticeable.
Yeah. The stunts were missing. It just didn't feel as energetic, and the outfits were like, what the fuck is this? Is this Popeye?
I hated the outfits. I hated.
I genuinely think they should have been in the bottom this week, but we will get to that.
We'll get down that road.
Well, they were in the bottom, and they should have stayed there.
Balenciaga is, and this is why I want to bring Taraji back. When the guy started to cry and he started to have like that breakdown moment going down, she was like, come back, put your head up. You like everybody needs somebody because we all do it.
Child, that was me Saturday. That was me Saturday.
Hell, I was crying with the boy.
Don't you do that. Be kind to yourself.
Girl, that was me on Instagram Saturday, bitch. I was losing that. I was over it. So trust me, I understand those moments. And thank you, Taraji, for pushing that red wig up and telling that baby to put his head up, child. We love you, baby boy. We love you. Jody. Every time I see her, every time. Jody. I can't. Richie, what do we think of them?
Did they have the neon?
No, they had the colored looks that were like almost clown-like or whatever, but not really. Forget the artist. Who was the artist?
They did well this week. I was going into the episode. I wasn't expecting for Richie to give us as much as they did, and they really
got a perfect score. Yeah, they got a perfect score.
Yeah.
That was the was doing the. They did the no music part. Was that them?
Yeah, they did the no music. Clap, 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 clap. No music. Yeah, they did.
I don't know if it was just me, but I didn't think they deserved a 50. Like the scoring is so weird because I feel like the 50s that were prior, it was there. And I felt like their 50 this episode was more so just because, hey, you weren't seeing other people do the hip hop, or it's just like, it just felt like sometimes when these houses are on a high, I feel like the judges ride that emotional high or the serotonin of that high, and it like goes into their judging. Not to say that Arichi didn't do great and all that stuff. I just didn't think it was like a 50. Because the whole premise, like with the other houses, they're like, oh, we're going to give you a 49 because I want you to do better. Or we're going to give you 48. Maybe they were like, oh, you guys have been struggling so hard. We're going to hook you up this week. Like, I don't think that's right.
That's Jamila and Megan. That's Jamila and Megan.
It
I want
literally
to
felt
agree
like
with you,
Jamila, it
Justin.
literally felt like Jamila gave that 10 because she was like, you guys worked really hard. You can literally like it felt like she gave that 10 to like push them up, to encourage them.
I want to agree with you, Justin, because I think I felt the same way. But I think as a performance, it was really good, and as a
No, I
look,
agree.
it was really, really good. And so, I mean, I think it was no Tishi, but like I would say they earned their 50 in their own right. But had you been able to give more points, Tishi would have definitely gotten more points. But
I agree with that.
I agree
That's the perfect
with
way.
you.
Or
That's
how
the
about
perfect way
this?
to put it.
They should have been the top two for a tie, and with the breaker being Taraji would have picked Tishi. That's how that should have gone down.
That's how that should have gone.
Do you think they're comparing these houses against themselves too? Because it kind of sounds like that sometimes when they talk about these houses like week to week. It sounds like some of the judges are comparing them and scoring them against themselves in their previous performance versus the other houses there.
Mm-hmm. They sure are. Speaking of people who are there, but we knew were going somewhere, Icon, what did you think of their performance?
I actually enjoyed it. Not even
I like,
really enjoyed it. I was like, okay, bitch. I was like, come on, you know.
I was bored for the first half, and I picked it up on the second half when they started voguing. I was bored during the hip hop part. I'll take. Just being
That's
real.
where I'm at. That's
okay.
They started voguing. I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But then before that, and y'all can see my reaction. I was watching. This is me.
I think Icon would have done great in season 1, but now since like the houses have all seen like the level and the caliber, I just don't think they can hang with the creativity of these season 2 cast. I think season 1 they would have done great and gone even further.
I think
that's a great point.
Icon it was smart to put them first as well, so that way it wouldn't have been a massacre for the other teams to be ahead of them. Because you already know if it only would be Miyake Mugler that would be somewhere near close to that sort of okayness. Speaking of that, Miyake Mugler, what did we think of them this week?
I don't remember. Wait, no.
Forgettable.
Did they do like the different eras and somebody was doing the young
No,
yeah.
They tried to do the different eras. That's what they were going.
It didn't work for me.
Ooh, Blakeisha with the violence.
There was a lot of space and time between being entertained with their performance for me. Space and time, a few Rick and Morty portals, a few. That's where it was. There was people I liked, and there was people I didn't care for. And I was just like Mugler. No.
Delta?
I didn't like Tati's thing when she came out there. It made her look big and bulky. Yeah, them Delta pants.
Baby,
it was just bad.
Law read her.
And I'm glad he did. Because the thing is, like, why would you like put a girl who naturally is smaller than that in her normal pre-COVID? She's naturally smaller than that. Why would you put her in something bigger, bulkier? Why would you make a woman why would you give her that kind of shape? And then you want her to vogue. Why would you put something big to obstruct her arms?
Yeah, that whole art piece on her was
that
really weird.
And you could tell she couldn't vogue like she normally would. That big ass thing on her back. Why would you like weigh her down more? Y'all should have made her as light as she could be.
While
she already got extra weight on her.
She was giving a PowerPoint presentation downstairs, and she was an art exhibit upstairs. Okay, she was very Hampton Inn B1, conference room. There's donuts and orange juice on the table. Mm-hmm.
Very Buzz Lightyear
at the courtyard.
To infinity
and a chop. Yeah, it was a chop downstairs. I was upset for her. I was like, girl, she's about to give a real good speech. This is a job. Like, it was like with some job fairs. Like, she was sitting in front of somebody's booth. Here you go. Like, I can't. Like, that was a sign from the business.
The black bob did not help the case. The black bob really just sent it through with like the red lip. It was like I'm directing traffic. It was
a chop. It was a chop.
Yeah, and I blame our good friend that dressed Katy Perry for that, because he was the one that was in charge of the clothes. Like, unless that was just a pant that she needed to wear at that moment, because that's what she felt.
Maybe the original plan was no pant. Perhaps
like, I'm tired of tight pants. I just want to be comfortable one day and swim. Because she was swimming. Who else was in this? Oh wait, no, is that it? Garcon, Comme des Garçons, baby. Stasha, that was a miscontinental split. You know it was.
It was. But it was the only thing interesting about their performance was Stasha
That was
split.
the best part. That was the best
I
damn
agree,
part of
Blake.
that show.
Because
And,
let me tell
and
you,
the fashion was great.
the fashion was great.
You're right.
Tonka, girl, I was.
Them braids. Them
There you
braids
go,
was
Jamar.
cute. I was like, "Go on, girl."
I couldn't do it.
I mean, he was going there. He picked the girls up. He put them in place. They were kind of, whatever. And
I feel like this is the second time Garcon has had something attached to somebody that's gotten in the way of the rest of the performance. Like, just leave all of that other shit behind. Because before it was that blue thing that Tonka had on that was in the way. And then this time it was that sort of Keith Haring rug that was protecting Stasha. Like, let the shit go. We don't need this.
That's a good point.
There's a lot of energy being put into the wardrobe and the look with Garcon, and I think a lot more energy needs to be put into the performance first. Because you at least have assistants, well, more so assistants, I'm assuming, with the costuming than you do with the actual performance. That relies on you. You can come out there in a trash bag, but if you give a good show, we might be all right with it. Well,
I agree. Well, listen, I agree, especially for what's his name on there with the blonde beard, with that body, who didn't walk body and confused me. I was like,
Savion, that was a dumb choice too. But when he walks that category all the time, and I don't know why Stasha was talking like she don't walk body. Yes, you do, girl. You walk the. It's not been 10 years since you walk body.
I
Stasha. Girl, I know you. Why you playing these people's face? It made since you walked the big money ball, sis. That might have been what it was.
She said that shit, and I said, "Girl, please, like, we're not." You literally did a whole body move, especially how you came out. We're gonna get to this category right now, y'all. But I do agree, Savion should have walked because that body is right. And I said, "What is happening here?" I wanted a lustful moment. You didn't give it to me. God damn it!
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this category. This body category.
Now the show is giving them subcategories.
The trauma.
The show is giving them categories now, so where teams can actually gain points to change the game. 10 points to be exact, and that is game-changing points. The households had to pick somebody to walk body, and honestly, there was no other caveat to that outside of show us body, get your 10s, and then battle with your bodies and show us why your bodies are so hot. Give them confidence, right? There was one chop in particular that giggled me, and that was that baby that came out there like, I'm a walk body. It's my first time. I am confident, girl. It had wings on. Like, you already had obstruction to, like, the whole presentation. Came out there
And
and
American
was
Apparel
like,
Panties.
Girl,
and walk back off stage mad. Like, I knew they were going to tap me.
Right.
That did sound like a clip from a real ball. I live for that. I live for that moment. I was like, if this ain't no real ball ass behavior,
He might as well
they
said,
act like that.
Butch Queen. Like, he might as well gave that whole performance. Butch Queen. Girl, it giggled me something serious. I said, why did that baby come out here in these little plastic wings trying to give all this nothing? So it was like, no.
Richie
They
go
weren't
out
even
there.
straight. Like, they were slouchy. They was already about to
Ciao.
It was a mess.
Them
Like, the
party
glitter on
kitty
the chest
wings.
the glitter was everywhere. The American Apparel panties were a mess. Like, it was just, what are you doing?
It was
you weren't oiled down. Like, you didn't sound like you didn't step up like you wanted to insist. As a person who has walked body and won a few times. You don't step up.
Oh, you have.
And sex cyber. Let's get with it. What you want to do? What you want to do? I can judge this one now. Okay.
Listen.
Look at the material. Go
The material, yeah.
Go visit them socials. Get them some material.
All right. I love a good little swag drag, honey. That's what we do, baby. Okay. She's walked. I've done version Vogue and one before, but I don't have to throw that out there.
Version Vogue.
It's okay. First timer, girl. I wore them hoes low. They weren't ready for all this. Okay. MattyRants.
I want the clip. Send me the clip.
Girl, okay. I had on heels too, but while we playing. Now listen. Oh, I'm nasty. Let's go ahead and get to Shannon Balenciaga with the I don't got no panties on.
Are we gonna talk about? We must gonna go to Diego last. We must go to my friend.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about Diego last.
Because that's my friend.
Well, tell your friend hi. Tell your friend hi.
Y'all want Diego?
Tell your friend.
I sure do. I will tell you what I want to do, Diego.
That chest was cliff hanging. That chest was cliff hanging.
I was like, God damn.
God bless.
Amen. Praise God.
And he worked on that.
Shit.
They all know I love a good chest. I love a good arm. And if it matches, then Jesus says yes, because nobody can tell me no. All right? When the gates open.
Baby,
And
body and booty.
look,
They did him wrong.
they did.
I agree with him to be upset that the other boy, what's the name, the Tishy boy, would have been the person who got him chopped on.
All T, the TG boy should have been chopped. I get it. He is beautiful as well, but cute was not fine.
But
And
he
we were
was
looking
not.
at
He
fine.
wasn't giving me what Diego gave me, baby.
I feel like in a normal ball
You have to
context,
have body. You have to be
in a normal ball context, Diego would have ran that category.
Yes,
Diego, we should have learned from Richie.
Stasha was his only competition in that body category, in my opinion, based on normal body standards. What I will say is the Tishy boy was walking and presenting more and like that sexy, graceful walk that Diego was missing. He was real stiff. And I'm like, baby, give it like you know me. He should have went out there barefoot, first of all.
Diego was giving boy. He was giving boy.
We learned from Gucci's father. Like, they're not going to give it to the person who has like
they're trying to
body.
They're trying to break those. They're trying to break those norms. And this is also sending a message.
If you can make me like,
they still chopped Jazzo last season, and if they're really trying to break stereotypes, they really shouldn't have done that.
Jarrell, yeah, when they chopped Jarrell,
Jazzo.
Listen.
Mr. Escada.
If you make me like something like I'm not a fan of nipple piercings, and I can look at somebody like that with that and be like,
yes.
Oh my God, I will taste that metallic. I will taste that metallic. I will have that penny in my mouth. Like, it's no tea. Like, when I tell you, I'm sorry, not Dooley. I'm speaking my truth. I can't stand them. But if the body is right with them, I do not care. It's
right.
That man had a shelf, and we lit that shelf on the. I was like, what is happening here? And then Shannon's just clapping, and it's no hands, just clapping. Just clapping around. I was like, girl, this is crazy.
There was fun bags everywhere. I was like, what?
Can we talk about Shannon now? Can we talk about, oh God.
But I want to also say that Stasha, you crazy bitch. I live and breathe for that. How you came out in that coat and it was like, is she really got to? But that motherfucker stayed still. It stayed still. It was
bitch didn't move.
Oh,
that was a gag.
It was nasty. It was nasty.
That little coat waited on mother to get back.
Mm-hmm. Top two should have been her and Diego. That's what it should have been. That's what it should have been.
Say it again.
I feel
that they gave conjecture. I think they gave Balenciaga them points because they knew that if they had the battle that week without Honey, they would have got eliminated. So those were also some GoFundMe points that they got so that they wouldn't have to, battle in the bottom.
Because Superior House, they were not.
They were not at all.
He did that and should have been Superior House.
Not with Tichi.
Did you not see Shannon's face?
Bonus points.
Did you not see Shannon's face? Shannon knew, also remember, this is also the person that decided to chop Tonka in the body category. Shannon was strategic. She took herself out. She put herself out there knowing that it would have this whole pool. I think that's why she went out there looking like that. She knew that if she stirred them down, she had a chance possibly of pulling them points out of guilt and stuff. Shannon knew what was up.
Now she said, this is what happens with good sportsmanship at the end.
She said a little line
and that was
she set it up.
But you eliminated your biggest competitor. You got rid of the
Talking with an 8.
Tonka would have went up there and wore y'all out, girl.
And just sat there. And none of them girls would have done nothing. It'd have been it.
Tonka would have wore y'all out like it was nothing, baby. Tonka would have wore Diego out.
Seriously, she knew what to do. But I don't agree with Balenciaga winning the Superior Household this week. I would say Kylie Cat looked good too. I was here for her. That was her first time, and that was a big deal. So it was like, okay, bitch, and they left you to the end to go. So let that be said. If you had been before that, I think you would have, somebody let you go. But you know how they do the orders sometimes. They put them other girls last real quick. It's like, okay. But I liked Kylie. Who else was walking? That's it? Yeah, because the other girl got shot. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yes. But Diego, thank you.
Ooh, thank you. Jesus.
Praise God.
Kylie, that was a wonderful confidence booster for Kylie. I feel like that was definitely a confidence booster.
Mm-hmm.
And she's beautiful. She deserves that.
It was a great palate cleanse from John Under.
Yes.
Yeah.
Notice the
Mhm.
excitement that we are all exuding compared to that.
Like how my day goes when I watch Down Under, I watch Black Lady Sketch Show. I think that makes the show that much better because I just came from Drag Race and I watch a comedy after it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is actually entertaining. Because then I go back to what I just witnessed and it's RuPaul and a rapper. So there you go. Yeah, Balenciaga wins Household Superior. The bottom two are Miyake Mugler and Icon. Mugler ate Icon alive.
Oh, girl.
They did.
I
but
seen somebody online said that wasn't true. And I said, what battle did you see?
Baby, before the music drops, Mugler
He
had
said,
a
wham, wham, bam. Wham, wham, bam.
First of all,
Oh.
when Malik went into that catwalk, that's when we knew it was an assassination. When he hit that sideways, he hit a tap, 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 tap.
Yep.
I was
It
like,
did.
It was over. It was over.
I
When
knew
the
it was
catwalk
over, 'cause
started,
I
it
feel
was
like-
over.
Jamari thought that this was Stomp Through Yard and just kept stomping the entire time. I'm like, girl, we get it.
he was doing some old stuff.
get
Like,
it.
that was some,
It
like,
was very- That
way
was that-
back there, girl. Go ahead,
Also,
Justin.
you can only. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, honey. What you saying?
Oh no, I was just saying you can't battle bug a person not battling you back. So what's the
Back.
point of doing? Oh, she's hard and doing all that. Like she not giving you that back, sis.
She
Let
was
it go.
straight on the judges. That's where I was confused with what Icon was doing because Icon's like, I'm about to battle you. It's like, girl, we're here. And the camera finally stayed in one position for a long period of
So you
time.
got to see the whole
There
battle.
was a moment when the father from Icon smacked his ass, and I was like, "You just gave it away. Like you just lost this. Like didn't nobody ask you for that? Because this girl is spinning, flipping, dipping, giving you hand performance, giving you.
It was the first step.
everything she
It was the
needs.
first step. The first step. That
But
spin.
Icon did come out hard. Icon did come out strong. I thought he was gonna give it a little rumble and a tumble. He did. I feel like he came out strong for like the first 10 seconds, 10, 20 seconds.
You gave him 10 more than me because this was me at the beginning. Oh, back to her.
Yep.
However, what I will say,
But-
is that what Megan said, I think is very true, is that we, kind of enjoy seeing the love and, the kind of camaraderie that Icon has and the storyline presented through them, as opposed to Mugler, whereas I don't know anything about them.
But it had more to do with
Even
them
how
or
they're
the
like-
show.
Even how they were being judged, Icon is literally hugging each other, and Mugler is like in a straight line space between. It's like y'all don't like each other, do you? And we feel that.
I
don't know, but I
still
know those
prefer
people to
them
be
over
together.
Icon. Yeah, I still prefer
I
them.
know
mean,
those
for the
people to be
performance,
together, so
yes,
I don't
but
know
I'm
if they
just
don't
saying,
like each other.
She still made a point.
Right.
It's like, I'm going to give this point to you, but you need to give us a better attitude. I'm like, good idea.
I didn't care. And I didn't think that needed to be said at the end of it. I understand that was a point that needed to be addressed so that the storyline could flesh out with Miyake getting their shit together or how they displayed themselves to be. And I see that other people could see that. I'm aware that that's visible. But to me, I didn't care. Because for me, I honestly, as a fan of who I liked, wanted Icon just to get off the stage. No shade. It was like, hurry up, get to the other girls now because I want this show to start. Like, y'all cool, but like I never liked most of the entirety of everything that you did. All tea, and that's just me. Like personally, I didn't find them excellent. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, they're crying, and yeah, it's a moment, and I like that too. Next.
It's not like we're gonna get anything different next week. That's very true. I feel like they could have went home last week. Honestly, that's where I was at.
And Megan to have an opinion about anybody's personality when she says person, you got the audacity, girl, when you don't even know the fucking word to use to describe it, bitch. Like you've got the nerve. You've got the nerve. Your person. I was like, what? Did you want to finish the word? Did you want to find out what that went to? I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand the rain.
I didn't mind the preamble, but I think it would have been felt if it's somebody else said it. Like if Laomi would have said that, or even Taraji, because that's what she was giving the whole episode, it would have come across differently. It was just I agree with what Megan said. It just didn't hit the same way that it probably could.
Laomi backed it up, but it still for me was like, oh, okay. Like, okay, cool. They don't like each other. They need to show warmth. The next episode, they're going to start hugging and crying and you're going to like them more. Stop it.
Justin's right. Let's not say that they don't like each other, but they are not as affectionate as.
Expressive, yeah.
Yeah, but the next episode, that's what you're gonna give, and they're gonna stay. No, they're going home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just go ahead and tell us. Just tell us you don't like them. Like, just tell me that. Just do that instead. Like, we had to listen.
Feel aggressive? Did Meg feel aggressive to you? Well, like when she said it too, it felt like it wasn't like it was like real, like she was frustrated that like Icon didn't win, like she was mad at you taking it out on like Mugler. That's what it felt like. She was like
that was the
bitter
alcohol
that she had to. I don't know, but it just
Diego
didn't.
should have come through. Diego
Man,
should
you
have
said she was drinking high, and that's what she had on the.
That was
Yeah.
that Tory Lane. That was that Tory Lane's energy. That was that Tory Lane's energy.
I was like, even if you were going to give
Poor
this
Tory
advice,
Lanez.
it could have been in a pot. Like the tone didn't make me want to receive it well either. Because your delivery was trash. I don't know.
It's
Diego
also-
should have come through and were like, your tone seems very pointed right now.
Very pointed.
That would have been it.
But that's the thing. It is about.
I appreciated her Janet Jackson velvet rope knot though.
That outfit was
Them
cute.
shades didn't belong on it though. She had them on for half the episode, looking stupid. I said you probably look cockeyed, bitch, and that's why you had them on your face. But I want to get to the point that it's about respect when we are listening to our icons or legendary people talk about the things that they notice in the ballroom community. Or this is all TV, which is cute. But like you say, I hear you, Megan, but I'm listening to Naomi because Naomi knows about households and family. You're sitting here in an uncomfortable position every fucking week. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look tits all up to here. Like, I just be confused. Like, you are leaning. You at the pool.
She
half
do
the
always
time.
do that pose. She must not be able to sit straight up in that chair like that.
I like Megan a lot, but let's be clear today. Like, y'all can call me mean. Fuck that. Like, you can call me whatever. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, calm down just because I'm talking about your fave, sister. Like, you can't be you can't be that sensitive. You can't be. I'm speaking on my truth with this. I like her, but I'm also get annoyed when I hear goop goop come out of her mouth. I like Jamila, but I hate Jamila when she always goes, I just want to see you next week.
I want to see you next week.
I hate that next week
Girl,
bullshit.
I hate
That feels like a set up.
That's a pity fuck.
It screams rigor mortis. That's when I feel like shit gets rigged. Whenever I'm waiting for your score, when she says, I want to see you next week,
You know
I'm
it's
giving
like
you a 7, but I want to
It's a
see
10.
more.
It's a
She should have
10.
got a 4.
It's a
She
10.
out here giving out 8, 9s, and
She'll
10s.
give it
Like,
8,
girl,
yeah.
what?
This season, Law is someone who I'm actually appreciating.
Me too.
Like, he has lied. He's a good example, and shit matches. Naomi doesn't disappoint. And so far with the guest judges, I'm sure for the majority of them, honestly. Now, when Demi Lovato,
When is Demi coming?
yeah,
Cut the cameras. I'm only looking at the parts where she's not on screen. No shade.
calm down.
Remember.
No,
Demi's
shade.
coming.
Shade.
Shade.
They them pronouns now.
they.
The Nico
I'm
Tortellini
only-
of this season, girl. She don't need to be there at all. Like, why are you here?
It is what it
Yes,
is.
there's no place.
She's trying to advertise her sobriety. No offense to anybody on sobriety, but she's trying to advertise her little YouTube documentary. She's trying to advertise Dancing with the Devil.
Oh, that might be too much, Justin. Watch out. The girls are sensitive here now because they can't.
That's why I moved it. That's why I moved it to the album and the documentary.
They can't take the truth of it all, you know. And also, we need to address them by their proper pronouns now because they just came out as non-binary.
Oh, right,
Oh, yes.
correct.
They are trying to advertise their documentary and their album. That's what it felt like.
Oh, they got an album coming out?
Yeah. It came out. Nobody noticed. That's why they're on the show advertising.
Caterwauling? Is that the title?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
here for the violence. Like, if they are going to be a guest judge, it should have been maybe The Voice. Eurovision was this past week. Like, something of that caliber. Like,
Never
judge
have they
something that you excel
performed.
at. Like, but for you to be judging a Vogue television conversation, like, it doesn't make sense.
Julie,
It gives
Julie,
very
Julie.
stunt. It gives
Why would
very-
you be
Never
on
have they
the
performed.
And
Never
I'm
have
like,
they.
if they're not going to perform,
Shut up, Blake.
what are they
Not-
going to really critique on?
Blake took
No
a
one-
strong
no one's
shot.
singing.
Y'all missed that.
They're not
Blake
a
said-
performer. So what input could they really give? I'll wait and see. I'm going to watch.
Sorry, not sorry.
There's just room for everybody.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, Amaya Scott's gonna be there this
That's
upcoming
what I'm
week.
ready for.
That's the face. Okay, that's the mug.
Did you see
Excited
the
to see.
gown? Did you see the costume? Did you see the gown?
Did.
Gorgeous.
Let's talk about it.
Or
She never misses. She never misses. She never
Perch.
misses.
That's a face gown. That's a face gown.
I just don't want any more pop princesses or princesses of pop on the show. You know what I'm saying? And I'm afraid of what they're going to call Demi Lovato when she gets there. The queen of music, Demi Lovato.
When I was out last night, the homosexuals kept playing your girl, and I had to laugh because I could just picture your face. I could just picture your face. What's her name?
Motivation.
Yes, thank you.
Normani.
I don't know why I lost the name in that moment, but they kept playing her like 3 songs, and I was like, Matt would die right now.
Every time it comes on, my face just gets real ugly. Like, oh God, this again? Like,
really?
and no one can dance to it. Not a soul on earth. Every time I see the girls go on the floor, I'm like, "Yep, she's off rhythm. Oops, she's out of beat. Oops, her hip ain't big enough." Or they try to do the little popping thing she do. I'm like, "Bitch, you don't have the body for that." I'm sorry. Like,
Titties just going all everywhere.
just looking like a car accident, in slow motion, bitch. You know the little W's you see. It's just, I guess she was moving. I guess 5-star crash test rating, honey. Y'all
Why
gonna
are
be
you
okay.
reading these bitches like this?
Put her in the Gottmik test dummy outfit.
That was Cyrax.
Yeah, that was Cyrax. I can't. Oh my goodness. I like the idea of the 1 to 10 scoring, but it shouldn't be every house close to 10s across the board every week. It cheapens it. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
It feels weird. Like it's like Chi did that and got 10s, and then you give somebody else 10s across the board that didn't do similar or better than that. Like it throws it all off.
It's like Drag Race scoring. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to do with it.
Wait, Demi Lovato went off on a froyo shot for having sugar-free cookies?
She sure did. Got clocked for it.
Are you for real?
What?
Yes, this was 2 or 3 weeks ago. Sis went to go get some froyo somewhere.
It came in with.
Yeah. It was like how she was accessing some past trauma and didn't read and like fully interpret what was happening, and then dragged them on social media. And then the froyo shop was like, girl, what are you talking about? We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
You just didn't read.
Right. And so then the internet then decided to drag Demi because it was like, girl, like you're using your superstardom to like slap their wrist, and you didn't even do the assignment.
Superstardom or just
girl,
stardom?
that was that paranoia that was hitting her from
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that with that girl.
Because you know that's what it is when you haven't had none. Child, that attitude be click. What sets you off? Cookies.
Well, hopefully, as long as she says she's been sober, that attitude wouldn't be clicking unless she lied.
Because
you should be past the withdrawal phase. You should be good and stable now. Why are you that
Justin, honey?
I'm just saying.
You violent motherfucker.
These are facts. I watched the documentary. I can speak to this.
Justin.
She also laughed in my face. She laughed in our face about lying when she was sober, when she wasn't. So now the trust has been broken. As a viewer, as a consumer, she broke people's trust. These are all facts you all can find on the YouTube.
Oh, on the
on the YouTube, you can watch her lie to you. She's gonna admit that she lied. I'm
looking for the sky.
I can't even read the comments like not a lie was told. I can't even be mad. Like,
I'm done with it. I'm silent.
Fix it, Jesus.
I was looking for a lie, girl.
I'm just saying there was no lie.
Justin, I can't find him, sister. Was that what? Nope, that wasn't it. That one was true too.
No lies found.
I'm afraid not. That's what we're gonna do now. No lies found.
We all gonna do that. No lies told. That's gonna be the signal. No lies.
Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my. Legendary on HBO Max, everybody.
Thursdays.
While I still have Jamar here, I wanted to get a hot topic out the way before we talk about Pose. Do y'all know who Blame It on Zoe is? Do y'all know who that is?
Unfortunately.
We watched
Oh,
it
you
all
feel
play
that?
out
Okay,
too.
I'm ready for this.
Oh, yes,
Ready
bitch.
too.
Oh,
Let's go on and throw her ass over. Let's
bitch.
go on and throw her ass over
I'm ready
into the
for
It,
this.
flames
what
too.
I
I'm
y'all want to
done.
talk about violence today?
Ooh, here
Today's
we
the
go.
day.
Not to be
Today's
violent
the
right
day.
here.
And it
All
didn't
right,
help that he was having a conversation with B. Simone.
With B. Simone.
baby,
It
a,
did not
All
help.
people.
a whole
But she's
Arthur
a
of a
reference.
coloring book. A whole
It did
Arthur of a
not help.
coloring book.
That she stole from that other person and
Coloring
we got
book.
clocked.
All right, so
To play like it was their fault that she didn't do her proper
excuse
due
me.
diligence.
It's goddamn Zoe. Thank you for correcting me. I wasn't trying to
I know
give
I'm
him too
playing.
much
Sorry.
pull here. Now this baby was having a conversation while eating crabs and butter fucking dip with B Simone in some apartment, okay? And the conversation gets into dating, and goddamn it, Zoe started having a conversation about how he doesn't want to date gay men or meet gay men at a gay club because it's like, oh, we've all slept with each other, and he doesn't want to have somebody who he considers to be a hoe. He'd rather go to a straight club and find a straight man because a straight man apparently hasn't had any booty, and so he'd be the one. And
How
that's
would
his
you know?
scene and his dig. I've been in the straight club and have
That.
pulled, and they ain't straight, sister.
And I
You
mean,
So,
talking
if
about
it's not
some?
booty,
I
it's
go
just
into straight
First,
clubs
like,
and they don't be
what's the
clocking me.
difference?
Girl, what
I'm
club
gonna
can you
wait.
step into and not be
I'm gonna
clocked?
wait till y'all
that
finish.
was
I know
that
what
was
this
my whole
is.
issue because
The
he was talking about
homosexuality is dripping off your
you
body. What?
not
Dripping.
clock. Bitch, have you seen you on Wild and Out? Have you seen you, sister? Have you seen your ass get up there and clown each and every time with some homophobic statement that you
Girl,
allow
Wait,
to happen? Queen,
have you
are you
seen,
for
like,
real?
do you wake up and look at yourself in the mirror? You look like a mo.
Every video you've done, sis. Every
ain't this what you
video.
doing? Like
Every
I
video.
can hear
the
you on
whole
the phone trying to get your AT&T together and be like, "Hey sis,
Like,
It's the self-hatred for me.
that
It's the
it's
internalized
also
homophobia.
internalized homo. Thank you, Blake. You got it. You got
and
there before I did.
don't get it, bro.
Because
Eat 'em up, Blake. I'm silent.
no,
Eat 'em up.
that's go
who
ahead,
would
What
you
it
Jamar.
It is.
actually want to have somebody that you would have to be a secret? Like you want who wants to be DL and you can't like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You want
It's
somebody that has
It,
never allegedly had no booty but they fucked 1,000 bitches?
She lives in
let's
Atlanta.
also let's also talk about this whole association with you have more value and worth and you are more elite if you are a homosexual person pulling a straight person and how that adds to your value and runs you up. Because really
Ooh!
the issue is you don't feel like you are valuable and you are the shit enough on your own that you need to seek out something that will elevate you and make you shine more. Well, guess what, baby? The whole issue is that you are a dirty piece of coal. You can't become a
Bars.
diamond by trying to find something else.
Bars.
Child, when
A
I tell
That's
dirty
you,
the
piece of
issue.
coal.
you
It
better,
is. You have to
Justin, you better
be.
lay your
If
dick on the
you think,
table, bitch.
if you think that, let me tell you, I've had an athlete, celebrity, anything, everything. Guess what? Nothing about those things made me feel like I was that much
Thank
Exactly.
higher
you.
because
Because it
I
has
already
nothing to
was
do
the
with
Girl,
prize.
anything.
I will pull out an
You
ex-Rockets
wanted
player
me.
real quick, sis. Like, we could, are you for
Pulling a
real?
man at a club. First of all, why
Like,
is that something you need to get 2 points for pulling a man in a club, girl? If you want to pull a man at Wall Street, pull a man, pull a man at the stop at
how
Wall
about,
at the
Pull a
how
stock
about,
doctor.
how
exchange,
about you,
girl.
no, how about you pull a
Yeah.
man, how about you pull a man who's secure with himself? How about
That.
that?
Hello?
Pull a man that will walk down the street holding hands with you. Pull somebody that will
Mm-hmm.
respect you. Pull somebody that will
There's
invest
somebody
in
that
your
likes
That'll love
goals.
you
You.
down. That'll hold you down when some shit go right. Like
Like,
something like
Pull,
that,
that.
pull a
Right.
man that likes you.
No, he wants to pull a man that's gonna make him look cute online. That he feels like in the comments is gonna go up.
this,
That
It's
same
gonna make
person
you
right,
that's
feel
looking in your
online.
face is be Simone girl that's gonna talk shit about you because a lot of straight women do that. I don't
okay.
mind saying it.
That's
Yeah,
the
this
part we
girl
need to
gonna
talk
hate on
about.
you.
That's the
Yeah,
part we need to talk about here. So this was one of my biggest issues with what he did was that he brought that conversation to a space it did not need to be taken in. And that conversation is being spewed to people who are very homophobic of us already. And it's ammunition for, oh, if this boy come up in the club or this, that, and the other. It's literally, you gave a gateway for people to
Mm-hmm.
find reasons to be more upset with the community when we are not bothering no motherfucking body. You literally said you're going into their space, looking for their things and taking it from them. You just said that, girl. And that's why I can't deal with her. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to go to a straight club and just be an existent. And if someone hollers at you that just so happens to be the same sex, that be that. Not, oh, I only go there because of this and I won't go there because of that. Then you shame your community. Your own fucking black brothers and sisters, gay brothers and sisters. You shame them, bitch. Because it's not like you're going to the white clubs. We can tell, Zoe. Let's just keep it clear. I know you live in Atlanta, if I'm correct. Like, Bulldog's too much for your girl. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm sure you've gotten clowned back there. Yeah, I think, it's still open, Jamar. Yeah, it's still open.
Definitely still open.
Yeah, girl. Bulldogs ain't going nowhere. They cramming them hoes in there like sardines.
All his jokes, look at this, right here. And his main jokes of Wild Out are always about sleeping with the straight guys on the show. Right. It's always that kind of mess. And
where's the receipts? Are these laws?
You've got people like that weird scrunched up face looking crackhead. What's his name?
Don't do that.
We gotta do the crackhead. The scratch. You know who I'm talking about. What's his name?
You don't get to say nothing about Gucci.
He's got the Gucci tattoo in the middle of his face, and he's always saying the most homophobic jokes on there, looking like a little scrunch face motherfucker.
Oh, the boy that look like Star Crunch.
DC Young Fly. There we go.
Yeah. He looks like Star Crunch.
My description was accurate. Yes, a scrunch face crackhead. Yeah. He literally has the worst jokes. They're always homophobic. One time, Jason Lee ran up on him, and they hit the buzzer at the same time because Jason touched him. He was like, did a whole like, ew, oh my God. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that was shit people were doing back to us in the 80s and 90s when the AIDS pandemic came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of behavior.
But the gays,
but you know who I blame?
I was about to say,
they're obsessed with this proximity. So just like the proximity to whiteness when we're talking about race, or we're talking about like sexuality, this proximity to straightness, where like the gays feel like the more mask you are, the more like masculine that you're like signaling, like the more value that you have as a homosexual, and like we all know like that to be false. Like that's not how it is. And they allow
I also blame Nick Cannon, like because you allow this to happen on your show, and Nick
Are we really looking to him?
No, I'm not looking to Nick Cannon as a like a gay icon or anything, but I'm looking to Nick Cannon as somebody who has influence, who is clearly involved with the homosexuals to some extent, whether that be out of pride or because of his former wife.
He Mariah Carey. He is involved with all the homosexuals.
You're involved.
He also is cross-dressed for work and comedy and stuff.
Yes.
Like, you allow this to happen on your show. Like this is you are part and parcel to all of the fuckery that's happening. Like you could put a stop to this, and you don't.
I don't think he cares. Honestly, that man got like 3 babies that all were getting born in the same month. This man got other concerns.
Yeah, and he also begged for his job back after saying some anti-Semitic statements as well. So you should take him with a little grain of roach salt.
Yeah, he probably ain't policing his set like that. If Ellen ain't policing her set, we know Nick Cannon ain't going around here making sure that these ethics guidelines have been. The girl that kept swimming, she ain't got no job no more. But
he's talking about corduroy pants, cat shoes, and that fantastic Sam's haircut. That's what he's talking about.
Don't forget the topsiders. She loves the topsiders.
Oh, yes.
You're talking about Miss Supercuts?
Yes. Girl, got a face wrap. We got a hot towel for you, girl. That's $5 extra. Go ahead.
Pretty nifty.
She better get that clean cut. Oh, yes.
They need to stop playing and put Niecy Nash or Wanda Sykes on that show. They would be
Wanda Sykes would kill
No, not Wanda. Niecy. I need a black woman married to a black woman.
Oh, okay.
I need Niecy.
I'll replace it with another queer person. Actually, would be really great. Well, no, Wanda's queer too, so never mind. Oh, but Wanda, yeah. I got. Oh, never mind. I know what you did there. Yeah, I agree. That makes me feel away. I do feel away. I have always felt the way about that.
Stop it. Lovely woman. They were a lovely woman. I met them together. Don't you do that. Don't y'all do that. They were lovely. Y'all are that. Woo, girl.
It just always makes me feel away when I see Wanda do hella black shit. Like I just watched her in the Upshaws. And then I'd be like, I wonder what your white ass wife and your white ass kids mean. I was like, do y'all watch this shit? Because they was like, nigga. I was like, I wonder if your white ass kids gonna walk around saying nigga because they mama is black. I'ma whoop their ass. I'ma whoop their ass if I see it.
I need more black lesbians. Black lesbian couples.
Lord Jesus, I hope I can monetize this video.
Oh.
Let's see.
We didn't say nothing
Give me a
wrong. We
specimen or
was
something.
good.
Like, come on.
Let me give this last part, and then I'm gonna have to go.
Okay.
Oh, what's
In
that?
relation to Zoe, for one, no matter where you find a man, if they're willing to fuck you, they're gay. They're not straight.
Or bye.
Let's just get that part out there. And then, if you want to find somebody that had never met with a dude before, what is it about you that would change their mind? Somebody who's got a life of fucking bitches. What would it be? What would it be special about you and your body parts that would make you like, you know what? I'm gonna change my entire life, and I'm gonna be with you forever.
That's still that
gives it
suction
extra
cup.
spice.
No, it's the suction cup stripper pole in his living room. That's what brings the man home. That has to be what it is. A suction cup stripper pole.
He thinks that he's living a moonlight life. He saw that movie, and all of a sudden now that's what he's thinking, girl. I'm about to get Trey with the golds in there. I'm going to be that girl. I'm going to be that girl.
That's what he took from that movie. There are other problems that we need.
Right.
He sat down with B. Simone and ate crabs and talked about this. Yes, it's believable.
This man suppressed his emotion and hid his truth until the end of the movie. Like, if anything, it's a commentary about, not living your truth and like being out there. Like, if that's what she took from that, girl.
Zoe is not Noah from Noah's Ark. That definitely applies.
Certainly, we got that.
The first two episodes for sure that applies because I will do anything for him. I'll sleep with this woman. Like, very her.
Anything, he's Alex. Get out of here.
Yeah, he's loud and in a way.
Very loud.
And he's one of them people that's loud. He got one of them voices that, he was like loud because he wanted attention. Like, teacher! Like, you got one of them loud voices that you make it in that voice because you want everybody to pay attention to you. You got to pick me.
He's the one that had on that coat and the hot Cheetos at 7 a.m.
Clockable at school. Every clockable at school. Always behind the bleachers, sucking off that one trade dude who had the dirty pants. Right. Like, we knew her.
Them high school hookups don't count, girl. We always curious. We didn't know our identity. Them don't count.
I can't.
Pull a straight one now.
I don't want
and not on Craigslist. And not on Craigslist.
Bitch.
Not that.
Bitch, if we can't call each other girl or bitch at some point, I don't want it. Like, I don't.
I definitely call my man girl.
Yeah, I was just talking about that the other day. I'm like, I'm at a point where it's like, if you address me as that, I'm a man and I'm aware of that. I'm clear with it. I wouldn't be bothered. Like, it's not going to be like, why would you say, like, really? Like, we're doing this today? Like,
I
just so insecure that
people just tell me like, oh, I don't want to be called that. I'm like, okay, sure.
All right, girl.
But it still just feels like
right.
I don't. But it feels insensitive to be like, why are you bothered by that? But it's just like, why are you bothered by that?
I asked him this. Did your dick shrink, sis? Did you lose some cakeage? I just want to know. Did you lose an inch, bro? Like, you got to get yourself real hard because now you're masculine.
Like, this isn't thinner with masculinity, right?
Can you not top it? Can you not top anymore because now I call you girl?
But did you die?
But did you die?
Like,
come on,
this isn't Munchkin. No one was cursed to change genders when someone said your name incorrectly. I don't understand it. Like, you're gonna be okay. Like, and at the same time, I get you feeling away, but I also get you also feeling away. Like, in that sense, like, you need to calm down, sis.
Context clues. If you knew it was like an accident or in love, like, that's such a part of like general conversation in the zeitgeist. Let it go.
Come on, zeitgeist.
Not I miss Craigslist.
The cultural zeitgeist.
Oh, come on. Why? Not you miss Craigslist.
I enjoyed the missing when they miss somebody. Like, they were like, oh, misconnection. Yes. Oh, that shit is hilarious.
Those stories, I would read them just for the tea.
It's always the gym in the grocery store. You were in aisle 6. I passed you by. You were grabbing cereal.
Apple Store is also another top contender for location.
Oh, your phone was busted. My hole was.
You helped me at the Genius Bar, and you were beautiful, and you saw my nudes by accident, but on purpose. Like,
the detail. Can we give 2 points for the detail in the misconnection?
I'm just saying.
Your license
5'7", brown eyes.
4'3", the last one.
They want you to know. They're like, you will know it was me. I was the guy staring at you intently for 5 minutes. Like, well, the Apple representative was asking for help. Jamar, you about to get out of here, baby?
Yeah, I do. Thank you guys so much for having me, as always.
Thanks for being here, Jamar. Before you go, give your social medias for the kids.
Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all at Jamar84, with the exception of TikTok, which is Jamar840. Y'all go ahead and support the Circle Atlanta. Matty will talk about what we're going to do later on this week. And y'all go check out, my girl and her little Michael Kors wallet. Y'all check out my link in my bio on Instagram. Get you a good little...
Can we get one with a Lolinda trio? Can we get one?
Wait, what you say?
Can I get one with a Lolinda trio on it?
Actually, yeah.
You don't want to Snorlax in Dooley?
Come on, Lolinda trio. Come on, Pokemon.
It may take a little bit longer because I got my mom a custom a purse with the AKA's shield on it. Bedazzled.
Wait. Please stick to the grinder and the scruff that you're used to.
And on that note, bye.
That's a bitch who has not used Craigslist to its fullest capacity.
Yeah, you weren't there. You weren't there. If you felt it, literally, you would know.
When it's up.
Before these apps, girl,
we didn't say do it no more. After the Craigslist killer, that's when I had to cut it. I seen that movie. I said no.
Yeah, the Craigslist killer.
That movie was a mess. But before that movie, we was living dangerous, girl.
I mean, Grindr got them too. While we talking about it, they be getting people on Grindr as well. Shoot, they had that in Houston. People were getting robbed and beaten, child. I was like, what were his pictures looking like for you to get robbed and beaten, sister? Did he send any? Is the question. Why would you go without a picture?
Why y'all still meet without a FaceTime? I feel like now in this world, like if you know people are killing you and people are on this app to kill, like a face, we gonna meet at a Starbucks.
With a lot of people around, so they all can see your face too. That way, when I go missing, they can go back to the Starbucks, and that detective will have 3 leads.
Meet me at a corner with a camera.
There's always someone nosy at the Starbucks.
Me and my best friend, before we do shit like that, I send him pics, I send him addresses. Because if I come up missing, girl, you know where I'm at, and you know what he looked like. That's safety.
Me and my friends do that too. It's a whole location.
Here's the address. Address and address.
I take pictures of the license plate number too if I roll up on their car because I'm like, we need to trace them. I found out someone's vehicle wasn't theirs one time when that happened. My friend was like, I need to send you something. I was like, what? Found out that man had a whole wife child that was in her name and everything. I left the date right there. I was like, okay, we're gonna skip out the back. I literally got up. I go to the bathroom. Got in my car. I was like, ooh, bitch, I hope you don't see me leaving. Blocked him on everything.
Next, you sitting there thinking about the shit you did on the ride home.
I was like, we've had like 2 dates. This is terrible. Speaking of 2 dates, we got Pose on the menu here, everybody. Pose FX comes on tonight. And last week we got into Pray Tell's storyline of all storylines because when I tell you they're trying to give us the feels. The feels. This man, we go back home. We see Jack A from 227. We see our good girl, was it Anna Marie from Wayne's Brother Show? Yeah. Yep. And then Janet Hubert.
I'm Viv. Come on.
Original.
The original are violent.
The only
are violent.
I was so thankful. I was like, God bless y'all, Pose, for giving us these people on the last season because you could have had a lot of guest stars come on clearly if this was going to continue to go. But Pray Tell finds out that he has a cancer related to his AIDS diagnosis. And he, instead of wallowing with the 6-month timeline, says, I got to go back to my roots and get some things off my chest. So he's there to see his mom, but then gets invited to church and finds out an ex-lover of his is now the pastor. And his best friend is now married to the pastor. Y'all
messy.
Been there, done that.
Where's the loyalty?
Been there, done that. Like I was triggered this whole episode. I was upset. Whew. So Pray Tell goes to the church. This man telling him he's with his wife now, but you should come over. That's the invitation. God damn it, Zoe knows all about this life. Okay, that was the invitation to come to my home so things could happen. Okay. They get to the house, having a good time. Then he gets a phone call. I don't believe the phone call. I don't believe it. I don't believe that phone call.
I don't either.
Leaves the house, wife with him. Pray Tell, I want to talk to you about my importance of my marriage, but that my husband's gay and I need to know how to tickle his booty. In so many words.
Just like, girl, you cannot. You're not going to satisfy that man.
You can't be me.
I felt like Pray Tell's reaction was the right reaction in that moment. And he's like, bitch, I can't do nothing for you, sis.
That man
Like,
is gay. That's what he kept saying. That man is gay.
yeah, that man
Like,
is gay.
Mhm.
I was worried about the
It was
kids.
a triggering
I was
episode.
worried about the kids in the house. I was like, how did kids not hear
It took me back to all of my old church escapades of youth, and I was just sitting there like, girl, this is it.
For me,
This was triggering as hell.
one of the things Matty didn't say was the fact that he told his mother about the fact that he was being molested as a child.
yes.
Like, it was just like, so you knew.
The stepfather.
By the stepfather.
Knew it, girl, because she wanted to have a man there in his life. And this also goes back into Electra's storyline with the mother needing a man in her life and wanting Electra to be that, even though Electra was a woman. And now we get back to Pray Tell's story with his mother. And it's like, Jesus, girl, what in the precious is going on here? I even said it in my review. I said, what in the Tyler Perry, Precious, Lee Daniels script jumped out this episode? Because you're trying to put me in the hospital. You're trying to put me in the hospital. And
this was giving Tyler for sure.
Like, even the conversation between the mother and y'all, I was triggered in that moment. I cried when it happened because my mom asked me the same question when we had our coming out, which was, what do you believe in? Do you believe in something? Do you believe in God? And when she said that, I was like, oh shit. Here we go with it. I swear to God, someone watched my video, y'all, and took my life story. I was pressed. But once the tickling booty conversation happens between the man's wife, and I guess they come back and go for a walk in the park, he professes his love to Pray. Pray is literally on a death sentence. And you're now doing this. I'll go with you. I'll take care of you. I could do that for you. That's so fucked up. That's so
fucked up. A day late and a dollar short.
Dollars.
We had all the fucking time.
And I knew he was gonna go, so he said, "I'm gonna." I was like, "You ain't going nowhere, girl." Like, you gotta.
I knew that nigga wasn't gonna be in that bus stop.
No one, you could have never expected him to show up at the bus stop.
First of all, if you wouldn't do it at 15, what make you think you're gonna do it now with all this extra baggage?
You got 2
and
kids
and a wife.
And a light-skinned wife. You really going down. You really go. You know them Creole parents gonna wear you low, bitch. Like,
and
you're about to live that. You're about to live your best Jack and Jill life. Like, your best Jack and Jill.
Not that my niece and nephew are in Jack and Jill, but okay,
Jack and Jill, yeah. See, I'm about to be all up in cotillion, Jack and Jill.
Yes, come on with the debutante balls. Yes.
Yes, they about to be right them little Jack and Jill balls.
That's my Birmingham life now. That's my Birmingham.
Your both pillions and your
cotillions. That was my little Arkansas life. I'm in Jack and Jill.
Shut up! Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, come on, Black People Meet. .com. All right. So, back to this episode. The man professes his love. I'll do this for you, Pray Tell. Pray Tell gives him a timeline to meet him. He comes back in the house, talks to his mom, all that good stuff. Pray Tell goes to church the next day after having this moment with this man in his church, and proceeds to sing for the angels in the background. Okay. One thing about me in church, because I don't go anymore, but I'm still very much a Seventh-day Adventist, a good gospel song will rear me back in.
Same, girl.
Same.
The mute, like, I don't really go to church.
They
like
set the tone with Lettucey, first of all. We need to talk about Lettucey and Tone's track, because that really was the one that sent me right on in. I was like, well, I guess I was sitting on here on FaceTime watching this with my man with whole tears running down my eyes. Let me just turn my face this way.
It does not matter what religion you are, what denomination you belong to. A good gospel track will send you the fuck through.
Girl, one time Yolanda Adams got me together. She was singing The Battle Is Not Yours. And I was like,
y'all know Yolanda touched. Y'all know Yolanda is
I was like, girl.
That song will put me through it. And I'm telling you, as a matter of fact, I was in the car earlier today and the Mary Mary song came on Heaven. Another song that could have been on Drag Race versus them replaying the same one. But okay, that took me through. I was just listening today. I was like, "You damn Skippy!" I want to get there. Absolutely. Oh, I'm in the car, just bowing with it. Okay,
it's CeCe Winans Alabaster Box for me.
Oh, bitch,
that's Alabaster Box. Don't put me in the dark with that, honey.
You don't know the cost of the oil.
You don't know the cost of the oil.
Come on.
This is why I
think the night he found me. Bind it, Jesus, break it.
Like,
When I tell you, it'll have you holding yourself like this, and y'all fall apart. When I start holding,
I'm trying
Just
to
rocking,
listen.
bitch. Just rocking.
Ain't nothing like a gospel song to pull your ass right back together again. Because when Prey was singing, I heard every word, bitch. I was like, yup. I need you. I said, yes, I do. Girl, I was
They
like,
was trying to set us right for Sunday. They was trying to set us right for Monday. And they said, we're going to church.
I mean, whew. Oh my God. I just remembered that Karen dabbed on the runway when she found out she was in the bottom.
Hell no. Didn't make sense. I was like, this is awkward shit. I was like, all right, Trixie.
Speaking of Alabaster Box. No, let me stop.
Trisha, we the name Trisha. Here she comes.
Oh my God.
Here comes Trisha.
The fans are roaring again. Defend her. No.
Y'all know that girl did that thing every fucking live she could go to. Every freaking live.
Listen. Pray Tell gave us the gospel. We heard it. We lived it. We breathed it. Unfortunately, he was at that bus stop still waiting on that man, which was upsetting. The music started to play, and that was one of my favorite songs. Like, one of my favorite songs. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, that was it. We find out that Jack A is going to be his power of attorney, so that way when Prey passes, because it looks like that's about to happen this season, she will be able to make sure everybody but Electra gets a piece of him. I was like, why they doing Electra like that? I thought that was cool.
That was so unnecessary. I was like, why you gotta be hateful? But she been hateful to you.
Mm-hmm. It's she been hateful, and like Electra's gonna be the one who wants the most glamorous thing in Pray Tell's life, and Pray's gonna be like, "Bitch, you get nothing."
Exactly. That's Electra.
She would show up first. She would show up first for everything.
Mm-hmm. Lulu will be in this upcoming episode. They already posted a promo picture of her. I'm not sure if we find out if she's off the stuff, yet or not, but we'll see. Because Angel apparently is clean too. I'm like, that was quick. Rehab is quick.
She got addicted and went through recovery all with
one episode.
It was a great weekend stay. Same thing for Pray Tell. He went into rehab, and then the next episode, he's got night sweats at home. I was like, okay, are you sober? Like, what's going on?
They've got to wrap it up quick.
Clearly. Jiggly Caliente, when we see you on there, sister, I hope they don't wrap you up so quickly. We see you in one. That's it. Like, wait a minute. Veronica, let the seamstress speak. No shit.
Veronica, your sister needs you. Help your sister, girl. Help. She on that stuff.
I didn't see Jiggly picking up somebody having a binge, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get the fuck up. Like, I need to see that real quick. You're embarrassing us.
She needs to break in the house, break down the door. Wake up. We need all of that. I don't want the drama.
We need some drama, baby, because Lulu been gone, and we know Lulu's
some water on her face.
Ooh, okay, listen.
She was smoking. She was putting crack in her.
Very talented.
She better be making some primos, girl. Ooh. Primos before primos was a thing. Go on,
okay,
a little bit in there. I said, girl, what?
Go on, have your little Whitney Bobby.
Oh, so that's why I don't smoke other folks' weed, because like I don't know what you do to that girl. Like if I didn't roll it myself, if I didn't watch you roll it.
I have seen things with the lace ones, girl. Okay, I have seen things. It's not
choices.
Choices.
That's all I got
here. So Pose FX, that's on tonight. Check your local stations for the time. I don't have time to look it up. It comes on at 9 for me. What about you? All right.
10 o'clock.
What they said. I don't know about
Pacific Standard Time.
Now y'all know. Okay, so listen. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills started up this week, and it's drama with Erica Jane. Dooley had to ask me who the fuck this lady was now. Like, that's how you know it's getting popular.
My feed, YouTube was giving me recommendations. I said, man,
what did Erica Jane do?
Child, well, she's in trouble. She's in trouble with the law. Well, her husband,
I know that, but I didn't see it in the episode. Maybe
that's the thing, though, is because she was aware at the time of what was going on, but was still filming. Child, that was the gag. Like, think about that.
Playing dumb. You could tell she playing dumb.
Yes, so that's why it was gag to see her being like, you don't know what's going on in our life. It's like, so you already know you're about to be caught, and you're foreshadowing this moment for television because you're filming. A smart lady, but not smart enough to avoid the police. There you go. And it's funny that she was getting her clothes together too on the show, y'all, because she's like, I'm moving them from closet to closet. Why? Because those clothes are going to sell to pay them bills. Is that what's happening here? Where's Tom? I'm missing things. I want to know more. What's happening? Okay, that's me the whole episode. Then Kathy Hilton has risen from the dead. Excuse me. That's the other one. That's Paris's mama. Yeah, Paris's mom was on the
They
show.
have to keep her in like a cryogenic freezer. They have to. They have to. Because this bitch thought Garcelle
was Kyle Richards. She thought Garcelle was Kyle Richards. This isn't like Raven walked in all of the dark skin glory. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Richards is a tan white woman. So you should know like what's the difference is.
Dorit had the reaction we all had though. Dorit was like, this bitch cookie and I'm in for the ride of my life. When I tell you Dorit looked so happy when she was like, oh bitch, no, you for real.
Listen, this season looks interesting for the girls who are watching. Garcelle is going to put these ladies to task. Lisa Rinna, you are in trouble. Finally. Please take Lisa off the show. I can't stand her. Her and them same hairstyles.
Girl, I knew something had to. The fact, like, I don't watch the show, like y'all know, but the fact that it was seeping into other layers of my life, I was like, something is going on. Why am I? What is happening?
Yeah, she was definitely trolling us with things are tough, and you know, oh, this is her quarantine story for when she was in the pandemic. I work all the time. I didn't know what to do anymore. I was just walking around the house, and it was empty. Every room empty. Rooms, bitch. You have rooms.
Empty.
Rooms. People were in studios, girl, going through it. Are you crazy? Some people were homeless going. Are you crazy?
I just got dressed up to walk around the house sometimes to feel like I had something to do, to feel excited, to feel something. I got on Lexapro. I still have my problems, but at least I feel better about my problems.
Dorit had an entire classroom built in her basement, y'all, and it was an actual classroom. Like
that classroom was scarce.
Bitch, I wanted to go to that school. I was like, oh my God.
I did. I was like, these kids are learning. That's what I got from it.
There was a marker board. It looked like somebody's child threw up in a corner, low key, and it wasn't Dorit's. You know what I mean? Like it looked like a classroom. I want money like that.
Come in.
I want money just like that. I want to build classrooms in my just for no reason. I have no kids, but there's a room in case I have children and they need to be schooled. I don't know. They also have another. Who is what is her name? Crystal Minkoff? Is that her name?
Yeah, Crystal.
Her husband.
Her
husband's the director of The Lion King, the original one for Disney. So, yes.
Say less. You ain't gotta say nothing else.
Bitch.
That's how rich.
She is loaded, and the
residuals.
The girls are nervous too. You can already tell, like, because she walks in and she's money, and they're very like, "Oh, who are you? Oh, I'm Crystal Minkoff. Oh, Garcelle. Oh, I know your husband. Mm-hmm. Y'all were working.
They're cousins. Their brothers are. Garcelle's ex-husband and Crystal's husband are cousins. Yes. They work together on a deal. Go back. Minkoff and Minkoff. She was like, my ex-husband is Robert Minkoff.
Baby. The black and Asian queens are related. I live.
and then you didn't catch the shade when Crystal was like, well, you know, you really aren't anybody in Beverly Hills and people don't know who you are. And then you talking to Garcelle like, hey, girl. And then like, do you know Dorit?
So just to be clear, we're talking about Garcelle Beauvais, right?
Yes.
Yeah, her ex-husband.
I had the same question, Dooley. I was like, which Garcelle we talking about? Because I don't know.
What other Garcelle?
Garcella. It's only one Garcelle.
La Cienega? Like, okay.
It's only one Garcelle that counts.
Oh, and it's the Beauvais, honey.
Beauvais.
Come on.
I spent 20 years calling her Garcia. So didn't know.
Go to timeout.
Blake, what?
It is time to wrap up
Why
this
you
episode.
do her like that, Blake? Why you do her like that?
It's time to wrap up this episode.
Or call her Miss Beauvais.
I like Miss Beauvais. You did all right. For no reason.
My tummy is acting up. It's time to wrap up this episode for us today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the panel. Let's go ahead and get through our social medias and wrap this up. Blakeisha, where can the babies find you?
Instagram, Rowley B, Twitter, BA Rowley86, stereo at Blakeisha as spelled below.
Fabulous.
That way, I guess.
Justin, welcome back, friend. Thanks for being here. We'll have you intermediately. So we'll find one out when you're ready. Justin, give us your social medias, honey.
My Twitter is Rain_Justin. My Instagram is below, and my podcast is on the other side. Well, shit, there you go.
Fabulous. I can't wait to read this comment section.
Yes. Did I talk too much, people?
You're good.
I hope I did okay.
You're good.
Dooley, how about your social medias?
Come on, Shade. I'll read the comments. I think they're fun. You can
I do too.
on
Just so
Twitter
you know.
right. I'll be liking, thumbs up, and I'm like, doo-doo-doo. You can find me on Twitter at _DooleyNoted_. You can find me on Instagram at DooleyNoted for personal, as presented over there somewhere. And then you can find me at DooleyDoesFood on Instagram for business, which is the name of my YouTube channel. New video out this week. It's gonna be delicious.
Fabulous. Thank you, Dooley. And it's your boy, Matty Rants. Thanks again for joining us here at the panel. You can find me here on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Bookable, on Cameo, the Stereo app, Mondays and Wednesday podcast with Dooley, Food Porn, and Online Dating, the Ghosts Who Run It with Blakeisha on Wednesdays sometimes. And then also Tuesdays and Thursdays with the Airtime app. I'm partnered with the Airtime app for the next few months here. You catch Tuesdays and Thursday shows, Drag Race Everything on Tuesdays, and Drag Race Trivia and Hot Topics with Dooley on Thursdays. You can win cash prizes. Boo, 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 boo. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Twitter's at the Matty Rants. If you want to donate to the channel, downstairs below, Cash App, $, Matty Rants, Venmo, Matty-Rants, and PayPal.me/MattyRants. I love y'all so much. We appreciate y'all for joining us each and every Sunday. This is always a gag and a giggle.
Good.
This is why he didn't have a
Best part
microphone
of
to
the
begin
show.
with. This is why you didn't have a microphone to begin with. Can't even keep it on your goddamn... All right, y'all. Listen, I couldn't even finish this out on a good, smooth note. God damn you, Blake. God damn you. God damn
I
you.
can't breathe.
Damn you.
Blakeisha, get it together, sis.
Always the navy blue walls, bitch.
It
Always
was the
them.
rattle. It was the rattle for me.
Girl, like, I wanted to let...
level through.
It let us know. Mario did not make it. He had to get 5 more lives, bitch. Terrible. Red out and run up mushroom. Let me end this goddamn right now. Listen. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's your boy Matty Rants with Blakeisha, Justin-Rayne, and Dooley _noted with the panel. We will see you next week. Let me get the hell off of here before Blake drops something else. Bye, y'all.
Listen. Yeah.